Well, thank you very much for joining us. We're in Santa Rosa. Barry Peterson is our guest, and he is president of ICB Artist Association. Nice to see you, Barry. You guys have an event that's been going on for 40-something years?
43 years. We have an Open Studios event. We do it every first weekend of December.
In Sausalito.
In Sausalito.
It's on the that old ship, or?
Big old shipbuilding structure, and it was built in '42 by Kaiser and Bechtel for the war effort. And since the late '60s, it's been virtually infested by artists and art studios.
See. For the war effort, meaning World War II.
World War II.
Yeah, going back a ways. Okay, and so the kind of artwork that's going to be shown there, I imagine, knowing a little bit about that there's a wide variety of kinds of things that are going to be shown. Yeah.
Lots of different artists, artisans, applied arts people there, but about 80 plus fine artists there that have studios, and we've been doing this every year. And at one time there was nobody doing it. I think we may have been the first in the area, and now there are Open Studios events everywhere. And the big advantage of going to them, as opposed to going to look at artwork in a gallery, for instance, or in a museum, is that you really get a peek into the process of art making, because you get to see the tools
and the
people.
Stuff, right? If I remember right.
You get to see things that are half done, so you kind of get a little peek into how things are made, and that kind of helps you see things a little bit differently, you know, as opposed to just seeing an artwork in a gallery and you see the finished product and you know nothing about how it came into being. So. Right.
And it gives you more personal contact with the artist too.
As well,
you know, I know Bob, and he made this by himself while I was watching. Right. Yeah. What kind of art do you do?
I'm a printmaker, so I do copper plate etching, and I also do a lot of drawing, life drawing, figure drawing, and so on.
Life drawings. Okay. And you'll have work there too? And will you be nice to people that come up and demand to buy your work?
Sometimes.
Yeah. A little bit,
of course,
right? Yeah, something like that. What I like about events like that is, and you just named it a moment ago, you're not walking into a formalized kind of gallery, you know, where there's an artist, a salesman trying to sell you a piece of art, where you can walk around and experience some of the different things that go on.
It's not, you know, for us, it's not, you know, the gallery is a good place as well to experience art, because there's certain virtues of having a real refined, good lighting, nice place.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But the art studio is just, it's a little more rough-hewn. It's sort of like, you have a nice bottle of wine in a restaurant with some friends and you have it with good food. That's one way to experience that wine. Another way is to go to the winery and smell all the smells, and to be in the vineyard and to take little samples out of the barrel. It's a whole different way of getting to know the wine, and both of those experiences will tell you something about the end product, and so you'll be able to taste the wine differently from both of those. It's the
same thing like a true artist. Barry, said like a true artist. When did you discover to yourself that you had this ability in art?
I think it's probably most artists will say very young, and that's true for me too. Was always drawing as a kid.
And were you somebody who just started sketching, started doing things, or that kind of thing?
Just started sketching and doing things like that, and then eventually would find other painters and other artists that I liked and would start to focus on them and understand what it is that they're about, and it just kind of went on from there. I'm also an architect too.
Did you ever get a comment from a teacher that said, Barry should study more and draw less?
Well, actually, my parents.
Guess I got one of those. That's why I said that. You know. Okay, it's the 43rd, and the date that this is
first weekend, so it's going to be 3-4 December. So Saturday, Sunday, 11 till 6. It's probably more studios than you'll be able to get through in a day, but there's 2 days, so if you want to come back, you can come back the next day.
Okay, in Sausalito.
Sausalito.
A great place to visit anyway. Yeah.
This time of year.
Crowded, but a great place to visit, right?
Especially in the fall.
Especially, right. We're at the Pacific Coast Air Museum, and Barry Peterson's been our guest. He's president of the ICB Artist Association. Thank you very much for joining us.